Do you consider autism to be a disability? Autism, that autistic radish. Hey, you, that autistic radish. Thank you for your post at autism. Our rules can be found here. https www.reddit.com/r/autism/wiki/config/sidebar. All approved posts get this message. If you do not see your post, you can message the moderators here. https www.reddit.com/message/compose 2=%2fr%2fautism. Thanks. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message compose 2=r/autism if you have any questions or concerns. Auto moderator 1. Yes. Coming to terms with autism being a disability and in turn myself being disabled has been a slow and difficult process. The reason is because I was having to morph my understanding of what a disability was. I never really learned what a disability was. Just assimilated it to people who were noticeable and evidently struggling somehow in a way I could notice over a few seconds of looking or consideration. Autism, especially level 1 and some way into level 2, is an invisible disability because for the most part, you can't see the internal struggle we face. We can walk, usually talk and think freely and often intelligently. This isn't seen as disabled because you are capable of these things. That is an incorrect viewpoint. Disable means less or unable, lacking in ability or even possibility to do certain things, cope with certain things, do certain things for prolonged periods. If I can do something for 10 minutes but suddenly become incapable of that, people will focus on my ability to do it in those 10 minutes rather than my struggle. If a person really struggles to walk, but can walk for 10 minutes, they are still considered disabled. Disability is a spectrum itself. You can be less capable or incapable of a wide variety of things. If someone's disability isn't immediately glaringly obvious to people, they don't want to put the effort in to combat their cognitive bias because it rarely would benefit them. It benefits the individual they are considering. People don't like doing things they see no clear benefit to, or immediate reward from, because it feels like an inefficient use of their energy. Venom Blast T77 1. I do, because a lot of things that are easy for NTs are near impossible for me unironically. 1. Autism is a disability and 2. I'm disabled. There's nothing wrong with that. 3. Being disabled doesn't make you any less worthy or deserving of anything. It is simply something you are. Enthusiast of mushroom 1. Autism is a disability. Disability is not a bad word. It's just a descriptor. I'm a huge advocate for this. I have a podcast episode coming out in a few weeks on this topic. Ninja Gal MK 1. Well, it doesn't make my life easier. Milk_mindless 1. I am most certainly disabled. I could never live on my own and will never be able to get up normal. Joby don't understand people who don't want to use the word disabled for us. That's so weird. Shaolin 707 1. Yes, because it is by law. Namerakable 1. Songs that are autism coded. Autism, Upset Echidna 525. Hey, you, Upset Echidna 525. Thank you for your post at autism. Our rules can be found here. https www.reddit.com/r/autism/wiki/config/sidebar. All approved posts get this message. If you do not see your post, you can message the moderators here. https www.reddit.com/message/compose 2 equals %2 autism. Thanks. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message compose 2 equals autism. If you have any questions or concerns. Auto moderator 1. Every single Willwood and the Tapeworms song ever. Wakaslash 1. Glad to see asterisk cure for me already there. I don't think an autism playlist would be complete without Aurora. It also suggests to be alright. Giving into the love. Winter bird. Everything matters. And asterisk a different kind of human. It also put asterisk the machine by Lemon Demon. Claire 7038. 1. I song Creep by Radiohead almost every Friday at karaoke. Chef Environmental 820. 1. Love it when PPL make these kind of posts, as I always find new songs to post in comments every time. Mad World XA0 Tears for Fears XA0 Sunlight Bather in Golden Glow Felt. Maurice Debank. Autistic Icon. Crystal Ball felt the hardest button to button. White Stripes XA0 Dancing with Myself. Generation X Chips on My Shoulder Soft Cell XA0. Mark Allman. Autistic Icon. Trans Gorillas XA0 Ode Bedroom Dancing La Tigra XA0 Something Must Break Joy. Division XA0 Candidate Joy Division XA0 At Home He's a Tourist Gang of 4 XA0 Leave Me Alone New Order XA0 Disorder Joy Division XA0 Isolation Joy Division XA0 The Sound of Music Joy Division Dream Time The Jam XA0 For Tomorrow Blur XA0 Rubber Ring The Smiths XA0 Still Ill The Smiths XA0 Totally Wired The Fall XA0 Supersonic Oasis XA0 Faster Manic Street Preachers XA0 Richie Edwards. Probably. According to family, friends. An autistic icon. Suicide Alley Manic Street Preachers XA0 Song 2 Blur Coping Blur Freaks Surf Cruise Flood Hoppy. Perker Pillnickies It Really So Strange The Smiths Weirdo The Charlatans Waking Up. Elastica XA0 Dreams Never End New Order The Hymn for the Cigarettes Hefner Enola Alone Manic Street Preachers XA0 All Manage Somehow Men's We at R. Johnny Dean. Autistic Icon. Small Statement 3933. 1. Entire Talking Heads discography. Bruffrozone. 1. Goo Goo Dolls, Iris, and I don't want the world to see me, cause I don't think that they understand when everything s made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am, wisp, your face. You look at me the same but I can't reciprocate. This particular verse is like really triggering for me somehow. Apprehensive _ pay 9750. 1. I Am Not Okay by My Chemical Romance, Kiwi 1,234,567. 1. Can someone explain to me what Project 2025 means for people with autism? Autism, Dougdirt. Hey, you, Dougdirt. Thank you for your post at autism. Our rules can be found here. https www.reddit.com/r/autism/wiki/config/sidebar. All approved posts get this message. If you do not see your post, you can message the moderators here. https www.reddit.com/message/compose 2 equals %2 autism. Thanks. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message compose 2 equals autism. If you have any questions or concerns. Auto moderator 1. Project 2025 doesn't mention autism specifically, but it will remove all discrimination protection from us and almost certainly try to get rid of our Welfare and social program eligibility. Nothing about concentration camps though. That just sounds like fearmongering. Though it's still very bad. Quote. Odd Mechanic 3122. 1. Also, cuts to support are concerns of physical safety. Fried Bryce. 1. Just an FYI, it's not a bill. It's a plan by the Heritage Foundation. A sort of conservative, racist Christian nationalist manifesto. They created one for Reagan. 2. That resulted in many of his neocon policies. NorCal Francis. 1. Grow up undiagnosed to struggle most of my life to get diagnosed to struggle with answers to realize how screwy society is because of NTs to finally starting to get a few things figured out. Just in time to get mega ultra screwed by NTs? Go figure. Master_Jelly 317. 1. I humbly apologize, but what the actual fuck? Mr. Rich Allen 1976. 1. They're not exactly looking at the camera and going XA0 high. Yes. We are fascists who want to put minorities and the disabled in camps XA0. Even though they are, actually, kind of doing that, but they might not put it in writing this way. Appearances do still matter until they regain control of the government. And though this document is enlightening enough as is, rest assured it is, in many ways, quite euphemistic. That _mad_scientist. 1. Can someone tell me where I can find some more info on this? Bug the Raccoon. 1. Should you say you're autistic or have ADHD in jobs? Autism. Birdie Ghostly 1. Hey, you, Birdie Ghostly 1. Thank you for your post at autism. Our rules can be found here. https www.reddit.com/r/autism/wiki/config/sidebar. All approved posts get this message. If you do not see your post, you can message the moderators here. https www.reddit.com/message/compose 2=%2fr%2fautism. Thanks. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message compose 2=r autism if you have any questions or concerns. Auto moderator 1. Your mom is discriminating. Neopronoun_dropper 408. I've said I was autistic. And I've been told that they wouldn't have known unless I had told them. I'd say don't tell them. I was too honest. Sin Saint. 1. What your mom is doing is 100% illegal. Parasaur Pal. 1. Refusing to hire anyone who discloses a disability is illegal in the US. Autism legally counts as a disability. With that out of the way, what are you hoping to achieve by telling them? In the US, you have the right to request reasonable workplace accommodations. Talk to your manager and your HR department. But if your conditions make you unable to meet the requirements of the job, then I'd recommend seeking a different position. If you are not seeking accommodations, it is up to you whether or not to tell your manager. But I'd probably recommend waiting until you have an established relationship. Either way, I would not recommend saying it in the job interview. Waldhorn Nate. 1. Please don't mention anything that could count against you. Dinner 8846. 1. That'd awful that your mom does that. If her justification is that she can find a neurotypical to do the job, then that is discrimination. And it doesn't matter how many people do it, she should set the example, and by refusing employment for reasons associated to their perceived inability to do something based on a disability is in fact discrimination. But that's not what this status is about. I would recommend that you don't say it in the interview. Disclose it after you've been hired. I have a corporate job and I refuse to divulge any of my disabilities until after I had the job. And after everyone in my team already guessed I was autistic, haha. Point is, wait until you have the job. Then tell them if you need to. But chances are they will find out on their own. Intrepid Dog 3042. 1. Your mom is discriminating for sure. But the sad reality is, she's not the only one. It's much better to not disclose during the interview process. A company won't say they rejected you for your disability. Even if they are, they'll say some vague shit like, oh, you just aren't a good fit. Striking AD 8690. 1.